Elder Scrolls. Oh gosh, no! What are you doing, Master Yoda? Oh, Master Yoda. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Wreckfest. We're diving today into a continuation of our career in the championships, specifically the Pro Internationals. For those of you that joined us last time, we tried our hand at bus demolition derbies, car demolition derbies, and a few other figure eight series that didn't end quite as well as we had hoped. But today, we're diving into the Outlaw Onslaught for the Demolition Racing full-size series. This is very, very important for two reasons. It is an 8-series race, so make sure you got your favorite beverage, your best snack, buckle up. It's going to be a little bit of a ride, and it is our first A-series racing series. I think I've mentioned that a few times. Not really sure. It's exciting stuff. So what do we got going on here? It is going to be, we have owned 5 cars that meet this criteria. You've got American, European, and Japanese. Get ready for some dirt flying, engine growling, and cars crashing. It's time to revisit the old dirt track favorites in this extreme series of demolition racing for the most extreme cars. Full-size Outlaws. Oh, baby. So I'm really excited about this. 8 races is going to be a lot, and trying to figure out what car is going to be a good but interesting choice is a little bit of an issue sometimes. We're going with the Hunter Panther. Basically a drift king for the pavement, but here for the dirt. It should be a lot of fun. The very, very first race here is going to be on the Midwest Moto Center main circuit, 6 laps, 24 size grid. We're talking 6 laps. This is going to be a lot of racing. So we'll see. This might get broken up into 2 episodes. We'll see how it goes. Sessions are going to be single heat rear wheel drive. This is a 330 class rated car. Standings wise, there's a lot here. We are in good company. But anytime you have an A-rated car, it is always, always, always going to be a challenge, regardless of what else is going on. You can have the fastest car in the world. It doesn't quite mean that much. If you're in the A category, you've got a chance to cause a lot of issues for everybody else. We're going to be racing with realistic damage, which is pretty darn cool. And so I'm excited to dive on in and see how far we get going down this rabbit hole. I have not yet raced the AI in A-class cars and realistic. My guess is this is going to be a little catastrophic and dangerous. So here it is. This is going to be the Hunter Panther. It is slammed down to the dirt. Got this beautiful lavender color scheme on there. 21, the Goblin on the side there. I don't know if the 21 is a bit of an homage to the Wood Brothers from, NASCAR racing or not, but either way, it is the one scheme that looks really cool on here. So we're going to own it. We're going to make it our own, regardless of where it was before. Now, again, the tune on this particular car is full stiff. It is a skateboard on wheels. The gear ratio is long. Again, acceleration is 10.0. Top speed is 9.6. This thing goes, and you want to make sure you can keep it up in the RPMs when and wherever possible. It loves to kick sideways and drift. Limited slip differential, almost fully locked. And, of course, the brake balance is switched over to the rear to help it to get to turn. This could be a really bad idea, but it should also be a lot of fun. There it is. This thing is just slammed. And it is so much fun. It is not necessarily the best car out there, but I really, really enjoy racing this car. Oh, gosh, I did not mean to do that so badly. The brakes on this, not great in the dirt. It loves the fishtail. It loves to get sideways, which is not always the best. This thing slides around quite a bit. It just pegs off the rev limiter. There's not much suspension, but it is a lot of fun. And, of course, since we are not really necessarily dealing with a lot of driving aids, we'll show what those traction controls and stuff are the next time around. Most of this throttle control is all on us. We do have working taillights, which is pretty cool. So I always love cars that can kind of get that feature in there because it's not just a pure race car at that standpoint. It is still an homage to a little bit of like that sports racing heritage, which is pretty darn cool. Fat Boy up there is in second place, and Play Games is going to be up there in first place right now. We're in third place, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed that, one, we're not too far in the back because of the car that we selected, but two, the AI with, again, car ratings that are 50 to 75, 100 less than us almost, is not that far behind, and any mistake that we have, they're going to capitalize on just like that. Master Yoda, of all people, is back there behind us. Now, we don't need to get talking to. by a little tiny green and Jedi. So we got to keep our eyes on the prize and move forward. Of course, this is now lap 3 out of 6. These races are getting longer and longer, and this race series is getting longer and longer as well. So at the very least, this will be considered part 1, and we'll dive on into the rest of it here in a little bit. If this looks like it goes a little quicker, we'll leave it as one series, one episode, but this is the first time I've seen any of these series, so I'm excited to see how it goes. And we are just all over this car trying to get around them. We have a lot of laps here to make this work, so we just need to keep ourselves clean, keep our vehicle in one piece for the most part, and make sure that I think we just landed just enough to crack that tail light back there. Make sure that we can capitalize on any accidents that they make, as well as get ourselves in a situation to do some good. Now, we overshot that corner a little bit there. Bad Boy is right behind us, but if we're lucky here and we're doing good, we should be able to slowly reel in playing games up here. So fingers crossed we can make that happen. They're already running into lap traffic. Quite literally looks like they wrecked out a car, and we're continuing to chase. Oh, baby. Around the corner, feather the throttle. There it is, hammer down, and we're going to keep on rolling, and we'll see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming here about halfway through the last lap. We are getting a little bit closer to playing games, but they are still pulling away. We are running into lap traffic. We might have a chance, depending on how this rolls, to either hose ourselves over. Oh boy, that was close. But it definitely brought us away from getting closer to playing games. Oh boy, is that Strangelove? It is Strangelove, Dr. Strangelove. Oh boy. Well, sending out a little bit there, getting a little bit cattywampus. We were not quite able to close the gap with playing games, but we did get a solid second place finish with a car that the whole bottom and undercarriage is probably gone. 40.882, the fastest lap was indeed ours, almost 0.8 of a lap faster than playing games, but unfortunately it was not quite enough. So we have a really fast car. We have a very fast car that does not handle that amazing. So we're going to hit that continue button there. We got a long side pipe for the Bulldog, which is pretty cool. That's going to look nice on that car. And we are firmly in second place as we go into the Sandstone Raceway short route. Event details, 6 laps. Again, 24 grid size. Session is a single heat. Oh boy, I'm pretty excited about that. So again, we're on realistic settings. The standings, we are in second place, 20 points behind playing games. And Fat Boy and the Rebel Rat, it's a pretty solid car. It handles well. It runs good. I enjoy it quite a bit. Now, again, playing games, that car is, it's 80 points lower rated than us, and it still beat us, right? So it's something to consider that cars can be very, very fast. Now, this track up here is 91% gravel, 9% tarmac, lots of sliding around, which the Hunter Panther is unintentionally pretty okay at if you can handle it. It's a very squirrely car. So we're going to dive on into this second race and see how well we can do. We're going to take a look here at our difficulty settings to make sure that you guys and gals get an opportunity to see what we are dealing with car setup-wise because, well, we missed a chance to do that early on. So difficulty, we're going to be playing on custom automatic, half off, half an expert. The AI needs to be on expert, and traction control is off. All that throttle control is us, and stability control is on half because otherwise the AI completely pushes you through and around the corners, and it's not that much fun. Suspension-wise, again, this car rocks and rolls at 10 and 9.6. It is a spaceship that has no forward traction on the tires, but it's a lot of fun. It looks cool. I love the scheme. So watch the rear wheels kick up, and there they go. Nice, nice, nice. We're going to have a nice, sharp right-hand corner up here, if I recall correctly. There it is. Cars are going crazy. And another right-hand corner. We're going to get squeezed into the fence. Ooh, we managed to keep it out of the fence. There is a wingman up there. Those are very, very difficult cars. Oh, gosh, onto the brakes. We managed to keep off the back into that car. They're a lot of fun. They can get sideways and still keep their stability going a little bit there. Hit the brake, feather the throttle. Here it is, a little bit sideways and forward racing towards the orange triangle. And what I think is the car that we just raced last time. Oh, man. Warthog, what are you doing? We don't need to be enemies. Words are hard. Look at that. It's like a big warning sign up there. Or a Dorito or something. Now, we're not sponsored anyway on this series. It's just myself having fun in games. But Doritos, if you're out there listening and you want to sponsor some stuff, I will happily eat Doritos and talk about Doritos in any of my episodes and videos coming on up. Let me know. Email is available to you. Oh, baby. We are in 6th place right now, working our way forward. We've got well, we're on Master Yoda. Master Yoda made a mistake. I can't believe it. It's got to be a ploy to prove how powerful that Master Jedi is. We are on lap 2 of 6 with 4 laps, 3.5 laps, something like that left to go. And we are working our way through here. Again, we've got the long... Master Yoda going for a tire sale over there. We have the long game ahead of us. We just got to be somewhat consistent, not make too many mistakes, and we should be okay. Fingers crossed. STR Mods up there is doing all right, but we're slowly catching them. I think they've got another Rebel Rat up there in front of them. Not really sure who it is in 3rd place, but Fatboy NL is up there in 1st. We are definitely racing that person for position. They finished right behind us last time around, I believe. Who was 1st place? Ladies and gents, it is also very late at night when I'm recording this, and my voice is going a little bit, so I do apologize. As always, I'm having a lot of fun doing this stuff, and so if the audio sounds good, fantastic. If it does not, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to adjust that for future videos coming on up. So here we go, rocking and rolling. We are in 4th place, chasing Roglog. That's a fun name to say, Roglog. And they are battling with Fatboy over there on the right-hand side, and we've managed to squeeze on through just a little bit. Hammer down. Oh, gosh. Don't spin us out. Oh, we got very, very, very lucky. These cars are getting very handsy back here. Very, very tough, rough and tumble. We've lost both of our tail lights, unfortunately. The lights have disappeared. And Playing Games is in 1st place again. They were up there hanging out. Oh, we don't want to go too wide there. Managed to hang on to it. Oyster Baron. That's a cool name. And round they go. Not quite, they hung on to it. But we're doing good. We're doing good. Again, we're in this race for the long haul, so as long as we can keep fairly clean, keep our vehicles rolling, and generally moving towards the beginning of the racetrack, we will be doing good. Now, again, we're going to try our best to catch Fatboy up there. They seem to be having a little bit of difficulty going through the corners, but they've got a lot of straight line power. So we're able to get by them. In our last race, we're going to attempt to do the exact same thing here if we can. Feather the throttle. There's not a lot of tarmac to get some good forward momentum. And other than that, right here it is. And there we go. We're slowly creeping in on these vehicles, but again, we get back into the dirt, which isn't the end of the world. This car likes to be sideways. It likes to slide on around, but it does not have as much forward momentum despite having the stats that it does for acceleration and top speed. A lot of these other cars are just more raw power. There is no replacement for displacement, as it were. Again, we're trying to get closer and closer to Fatboy if we can, but they are pulling away with just their straight line traction and their ability to get through these corners a little bit faster. So we're going to do what we can to catch up to them and or Playing Games. And fingers crossed it works out well. We've gotten right to the door. A nice little tap there on Fatboy. Trying to get through. Oh, they come back across the track and door slammed us. Tapped us in the quarter panel there. But we have managed to get into 2nd place again, and we are still chasing Playing Games, who's pretty far out ahead of us. So we're going to do what we can to make that happen, and we'll see where it gets us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up here to the final crossing of the finish line. We're not quite able to catch up to Playing Games, but we were able to keep Fatboy NL behind us, and as a result, we have lengthened the gap on us from behind them to us, but we have lost time to Playing Games. Now, we were not the fastest lap time there. You saw Oyster Baron, who earlier went screaming past us there momentarily, was a little bit faster than us by about half a second. So not too shabby, not too bad. Car's doing okay. We got ourselves a racing exhaust for the Speed Demon. That's a pretty cool looking car. And I say that a lot, but I really do mean it. There's a lot of really nifty looking cars here in car design in this game. Now, a lot of these are based off of, real life designs and stuff, so I get that. But there is some good stuff here. There is some really, really good stuff here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Boulder Bank Circuit Short Route is going to be our 3rd track, 72% gravel, 20% tarmac, 6 laps, 24 grid size, single heat. Let's dive on in and see how it goes. We're going to have a crossover here on this track. Now, we are not as well suited for this track, simply because these are going to be very, very sharp 90-degree corners for a lot of this. And what that means in practice is for most of the rest of the track, we have to be on our game to get through this. Otherwise, the sections where we can make some time on are going to be lost. So we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see if we can't slide our way through all of this stuff. But fingers crossed, it's not too dangerous. So We're making a left-hand corner up here. Ooh, I think I just got into Cabola the Deuce, the Dane. One of those vehicles, one of those names. I just want to try to get underneath all of this stuff so I don't get put into the outside wall. Roglog, oh boy. Roglog reminds me of Markarth from the Oblivion games. You know, I think it's Elder Scrolls. Oh gosh, no! What are you doing, Master Yoda? Oh, Master Yoda! Oh no! Master Yoda did not like us talking smack about him last time around, and as a result, our car just got wrecked. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, this is bad. Oh, well. Master Yoda set us up for a really bad situation. That's unfortunate. Well, with that being the case, I'm going to try to limp through all the remaining laps to get as far down this rabbit hole as we can to maintain points as we can. And I'll catch back up with you when we get close to that finish line or when we run across the standing screen. So as always, I'll catch up with you in a few. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the 8th and final car across the finish line. Everyone else managed a DNF. So unfortunately for us, we were not able to get up there and race real hard, but we still managed to get a top 8 position out of it, even though we were really, really well off the pace. The best lap that we had a chance to complete was not very good. We were already pretty much down and out on lap 1, but hey, it is what it is. Playing Games took first place, Oyster Baron took second, and Fat Boy NL took fourth. We're going to be slipping a little bit in the standings, is my guess. Look at our car up there. Yeah, our driver's shaking their head. It's not a good situation for sure. But we're going to dive on in and see where the standings are at. We have slipped down to third, just 5 points behind Fat Boy NL. Oyster Baron is catching up pretty quickly, and we have a number of more races to go. Our fourth race is going to be on the Midwest Moto Center main circuit reverse. 100% gravel, should be pretty interesting. 6 laps, grid size 24. Oh man, let's get diving on into this and see how it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. Pretty stoked about this. This should go well. This is a fun rhythm section track that as long as we don't get spun around or smashed up too much, we can make this track work for us just fine. We're going to go in there and get the Goblin number 21 rolling along. There it is. Oh, baby. Let's get this inside loop here a little bit. Watch out for those tires. Don't want to go through that particular tire sale, but tire sale, words are hard, because those are not going to shift around in our favor. Those are going to get very, very dangerous. A lot of bump drafting going up here. Nose to tail shenanigans. There's a rammer up there with a wing on it, which is pretty funny. I think that's pretty cool. Roglog up here and Master Yoda. Master Yoda is the one that ruined our race last time. The very last possible moment, decided to turn us sideways. So if I can return the favor without causing damage to myself, I think I definitely would like to do that. We have a good chance here, even though we're racing around backwards from where we did the first time around, to hopefully get some space here and playing games. We'll see. It'll be a little bit of a trial. We're always going to watch out here on the reverse side of going too wide here in this corner, because playing games does have a much better car than us, all things considered. Not by ratings. Ours outranks theirs. But just by the way there is a setup and how it rolls, it is something that definitely can pull on us in the straights, even though we get a little bit more going into and out of the corners. But even through the middle of the corners, it can definitely get going faster. The question is, can we maintain this? Can we slowly pull in a little bit of that lead, even by 20 points? The difference between first and second place would be appreciative for sure, as well as hopefully giving us some benefits in the rest of the series. You see a car's already knocked out of the race right there. Bad spot to get stuck on in the front stretch. But at least it's better for us not to get stuck in the corner. There's another one up there. Oh gosh, playing games, what are you doing? We got those rear brakes, so you just got to tap them. As long as your rear wheels are digging in, it will allow that front end to hopefully get swapped right back around. Oh man, playing games trying to take us out of the race. They did not like us getting up here in first place. Not ideal, not ideal. Now Master Yoda is right behind us. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Master Yoda is not someone I want to mess with. Already wrecked our car a couple times already. Now we are coming across lap traffic already. That's all right. We're going to do what we can to keep our position, which is first place, and not get caught up into too much crazy, crazy drama. We'll see how that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up here to cross the finish line on lap 6 of 6. See a little bit of damage there on the side of the car from lap traffic. We have managed to make it through in position number 1, Master Yoda, 11 seconds back in position number 2. Our car has run the gauntlet with a time of 41.738 seconds, which is the fastest time by, it looks like, yeah, just about a second based on what everyone else is doing out there. That is going to hopefully enough, bring us forward in points here in the standings, close that gap with first place, depending on where Playing Games decided to finish. And they finished third, we finished fourth. We're closing the gap ever so slowly, 295 compared to the 370. And we are pulling away from Fatboy NL, which is really, really good because that means we are putting ourselves in a situation to try to get ahead on the standings. I'm pretty stoked about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 5th race up here with Boulder Bank Circuit, but this is going to be a bit of a longer race series because these races are a little bit longer in lap times. So we'll be calling it there for today, and we'll be picking up with part 2 of this racing series as we continue on through and dealing with the additional Boulder Bank Circuit shenanigans and stuff, which I'm pretty stoked about. Should be a lot of fun. So thank you very much for stopping on by. Thank you very much for checking this stuff out. It's been a blast. It's been a pleasure. And I will see you next time. Have a good one.